The show features adults using adult language and discussing mature topics. You have been warned.
Oh, yeah, I'm stupid.
Yeah, we're live now.
Hi! How's it going, everybody? We definitely aren't 10 minutes late because Katrina yelled about Minecraft for 10 minutes.
Totally not.
Definitely not. Okay, alright. Yeah, so, fuck Sirenscape. Not fuck them, they're great. I just forgot to load it because I got distracted.
Can you share a link as well?
Welcome to Corruption Game, everybody, where we don't play Minecraft. Anybody want to recap what happened last time?
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Oh boy.
No, I can't. I was asleep last time.
I was hoping
Come
you watched
on.
it.
I watched like the last 2 minutes or so. That's when I woke up.
I
was asleep the whole time.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're fine.
Yeah, I remember getting the message just fuck in full caps.
Yeah. I do remember you saying that, yeah.
We're in the facility. Tried going through a wall, and it was like a ridiculously thick wall, a few thousand feet or something. Oh yeah, we were using Windwalk, which turned us into clouds, so that's why we were able to go through walls. Ended up there's like a weird old school dungeon level that's like the floor below the level we're on, where like it looks more like Area 51 up here. But the floor down below looks like a traditional, like medieval dungeon. We flew back up, and that's as much as I remember. I know more stuff happened.
Okay, so you guys,
Oh, are we using Sirenscape or?
If you want, it doesn't matter a ton.
Okay.
You guys had you used Windwalk to try and zoom through this place, and you did get decently far. You found an elevator that went down and took you out of that more like modern concrete walls and structures place into a very old school dungeon-esque style area. You wandered for a very long distance through a ton of pipes, and then realized that took you into the dungeon, and we're like, nah, fuck this, and turned around and went the other way. You also encountered a bunch of creatures, including Ken, a seemingly normal human guy who was locked up here because he said because of what happened to the cities of Marlborough and Corsica, both of which Gurk and Passion recognizes as cities that don't exist anymore. Both destroyed for various reasons, and then after the destruction of the city, every single survivor within that city died of some cause or committed suicide. After meeting Ken and traveling around with Ken, you encountered a dog that just barked at Gurk for a long time, but was locked up down here for some reason. So all of you were like, yeah, don't fuck with that. You also encountered a little girl in a sundress that instead of having eyes or nose, just had a mouth for a face filled with rows and rows of shark teeth.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Lovely.
Who growled at Gurk, who then called her a bad girl, and she got very sad. She then attempted to get Demona to play tic-tac-toe with her, and failed, and then attempted to get Ken to play tic-tac-toe with her and succeeded. And then when she lost, she got very angry and ripped Ken's arm off. Gurk healed Ken and talked her down and brought her on the journey with you guys. You guys made your way to the coffee room, to a coffee machine that can make anything, any liquid substance.
I want to throw in a small girl locked up in a strange facility, not being socially well adjusted. What a shocker!
Right? Like everybody else is like, "You stay away from her. She's probably dangerous." And it's like she's dangerous because she's all alone and no one cares about her.
Yeah.
Also, because rows of teeth. I can't put my finger on it. It might be the multiple teeth. I don't know.
I don't know. We come from fucking Del Diablo. There's people with way worse.
I don't think there is.
Could have been the fact that when she was
It
scolded.
literally
she
has
did that.
shark teeth.
Literally
for her
shark
face.
teeth.
No, not crypto, Cyberus.
I'm sorry. The Walking Nirvana. I sorry. Like all the lords and ladies.
We just
come
ignore the
on.
lords and ladies because they're
We saw
weird.
way weirder than if
Well,
like
one of
a
the lords and
girl with a
ladies
face
was
of shark teeth, whatever.
And then upon getting to the coffee machine, I believe a handful of you got various different substances. And then Ken went off to go explore on his own, followed by Demona. And before he really got to explore the next room, he started coughing blood and fell down dead. Got dragged back into the room by Demona, and before either Gurk or Passion could cast either Lesser or Greater Restoration, Ken sat back up and started talking in a different accent and introduced themselves as Yersinia Black. And that's where we left off. You guys were discussing taking a rest in this room, be it short or long, up to you.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
The coffee machine that can make anything.
Yeah.
Can it only make like liquid substances like drinks and such, or can it also make like food?
Anything that can exist in a liquid form. So it could make potentially a soup.
Just don't
It
ask
did-
it for a cup of joe.
Now,
because
you
it
see, that
actually
could be
gave you a
dangerous,
cup
because
of
if you
joe.
ask for lead, it'll give you lead in liquid form.
I believe
That will
Cyberus
hurt.
asked for boba tea.
Yeah, I got some of that, but it's out of power now.
I mean, also, Gurk, I think, asked for good berry juice.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I did. Also,
I haven't-
hydrogen. Don't ask for hydrogen. That'd be bad.
What was the name of the little girl again? Because she's apparently with us now.
Not tell you. She doesn't have
Yeah.
much in the way of speech, it seems.
Oh,
But she does drink blood, so keep that in mind.
She
It came up-
ordered a cup of blood from the coffee machine.
Call her Cabra. Chewy Chupacabra.
Chubby.
A mouth that's just a row of teeth, like sucking blood. Chupacabra.
Chewy. I like Hera's Chewy.
Not chewy, chubby.
Oh, I like Chewy. Because, you know. that's all
Chewy.
she can do.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I guess we're taking a rest here. Looks the rest of group.
Demona, go ahead.
Fine with me. If we can trust Yersinia.
You can trust me as long as we can help each other.
I'm fine with whatever kind of rest we need. Whether it be an
I
hour
feel fine.
Didn't Demona have, like, the mansion or something?
Yes.
Yeah, the Magnificent Mansion.
Yeah, you say we're definitely going to be napping there, right? Because
Nope.
why not? You don't have it prepared?
We aren't exactly in hostile territory. There's no particular reason to blow that high of a level of a spell.
If we get a long rest, you get that slot back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But there's no reason to pop the spell if we're not in hostile territories.
We kind of are. We're in the middle of a enemy stronghold.
You never said it was an enemy stronghold. And plus, the most dangerous thing that we've seen thus far has been the little girl.
Yeah, you didn't meet the Undying Slasher,
Right.
the
The
angel.
Weeping
has only
Angels.
The
I
Mona
figure
has
this-
only seen the
I picture this
There's a
actually
lot
going on in character. Like that, you're like, you didn't meet this character thing, you didn't meet this thing. I have a
Everything
chainsaw.
dangerous is in a cage. I think.
There is so much more we don't know that's here, guys.
Well, currently the power's off. The doors are closed. They can easily be opened now.
Yeah.
Also, you guys don't know Demona has that spell.
Hey, Demona,
That's good.
do you know of
Oh,
any
yeah.
spells that would help us during the rest?
Yeah.
I feel like at some point you guys would have talked about what powers you have.
Especially because Passion definitely has harassed Demona repeatedly. Do you have any rituals?
Ritual spells. Yeah, you've asked for ritual, period. You've never asked her for any other details.
Imagine, oh, we're gonna take a rest. Gurk melts into the wall.
Unfortunately, the wall isn't stone here.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
it's not
cobblestone.
stone.
It's like a drywall. I assume.
No, I thought it was cobblestone here.
I was about to say if it's
Are we-
drywall.
Wait, are we in the
We're in
the
the
level
dungeon.
below? Are we in the dungeon area?
You went back up to. I think you went back up to the
Yeah, I thought we went back up.
the regular one, but it's concrete. So
Would that count as stone?
I would say sure.
All right. 10 minutes later,
It's
I'm in the
I mean,
wall.
it's not drywall. At least.
I was about to say if it's drywall, then there are no walls here.
Yeah, the little girl could easily chew her way through drywall.
Onyx could walk her way through drywall.
Yeah, she doesn't even need to punch. She just walks.
All right, then I guess who's taking first watch?
Demona can take the entire watch because she's perfectly fine. She didn't have to fight anything. She didn't have to expend any spell
Note
slots.
if you go a full 8 hours, if you skip a rest, you guys will start taking levels of
Yeah.
exhaustion.
I know, but that was the very next thing I was going to bring up is depending on if we needed a short or long rest, depends on how long.
I think Gurk wants a long, right, for your spells back.
That would be preferred, but
Yeah.
if we are in a hurry to go nowhere, then we can just do a short rest.
Time is
Yersinia
working
sort of
weird.
stands up and stretches some. She's like, if you folk are trying to get out, I do know a way.
Yes.
You just have to agree to take me with you when you go.
Deal?
Okay.
That's no problem.
Would you like to take a rest before you go? It's a bit of a travel.
What's the way out?
I'll lead you. If I tell you, you have no reason to take me with you.
I like this one.
You have my word. It's rock solid.
You seem to need
That
us.
means nothing to me. I've just met you.
What was that, Cyberus?
Oh, I said she seems to need us to leave.
I mean,
But we need her to get led out.
Right, we need each other.
Precisely.
Oh, we don't know why.
so
I just remembered why I wanted a long rest. Would everyone fine with a long rest? I don't know. Time is weird here. I know we were
Sure,
here
I'm
for
good
like
with that.
5 minutes, but it felt like 2 weeks. You know, it's weird.
I felt like we've been here for like 4 weeks, actually.
Does
You've definitely at this point been here for several hours.
does Chewie, by the way, seem to have any like kind of like sense in the sense that she can see actually?
It seems like she can see. She's not great on like fine details. I'll say that it's relatively easy to figure out. She has some kind of like blind sense. So like she turns to you when you're talking, but if you're just like making facial expressions, she doesn't react at all.
All
All
right.
right. So why did you want to
And
go
I'll
for a
say you
long
saw
rest, Gurk?
when she was playing tic-tac-toe with Ken, she actually, to see what marks he made, she had to use her hand to feel it.
Ah, okay.
All right, so I guess long rest then. Right?
Yep.
All right.
Yersinia just sort of like leans against the wall and sort of slides down to sitting in the like doorway facing outwards. I do not need sleep.
Right.
I can watch with you.
How secure do you want this room?
Don't want anyone who's waking us, surprising us, or at least surprising us without our knowledge.
Okay. I go out.
Onyx just
I go out into the hallway and I cast Wall of Stone, and I make the 10 sections just 10 layers of it, and I meld into one, casting Meld the Stone. So they literally have to go through me to get to everybody else, and I take my
How
long
many
rest.
feet of stone is that?
100. Actually, wait, no. How thick is the wall of stone?
I think it's
I
a
think
foot,
the-
but
It's 10. It's 10, 10 by 10 by however thick it is. Walls of stone.
Usually
a
it's
foot
one
thick.
I think it's an inch.
No, I don't think it's an inch. That seems a little.
What is this? Wall of stone?
Yeah, it'll be one of the last spells.
5th level, druid spell, not wall of force.
Wall of stone?
Oh, if I could meld with
6
force.
inches thick.
3 inches.
3 inches.
What?
Okay.
Or sorry, hold on. Nope, 6 inches.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6.
So 5 feet. That's not that much, but
I mean,
it's a lot of hit points. I'm just saying, it's a lot of hit points.
5
to go
feet
through.
of stone is still a lot if you don't have the right tools.
You're not prepped for it, and you're not going to do it quietly.
Yeah, I just walk in.
Even if you have the right tools, you're not doing it quietly.
Yeah, I
The
think
right
we
tools are to do it not quietly.
See,
I think we did
You
the
know what?
math on how long it would take Onyx to punch through that.
you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna get attacked by earth elementals and Zorns.
Yes.
There's-
They're no problem, though.
They walk right through it.
Yeah. Oh, I know. All right. So I guess who's taking first watch as well? That's a double watch.
Take first watch.
All right. I think Demona also wanted to go watch.
Yeah, she can take the first watch or two.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go, Callie.
Yeah, Onyx will also take a watch.
I say so. We'll go Demona, Cyberus, Onyx, Passion, and that'll be our rest. Because you only need 4 people for a long rest. And then others can fill in if they want.
Yeah.
All right.
Demona would probably volunteer to take as many watches just for the extra eyes. That would avoid the exhaustion level. So maybe a quick nap, I'm assuming, Kat.
No, to avoid an exhaustion level, you need a full rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
You need the 6 hours sleep.
You need at least one long rest every 24 hours. Unless something states otherwise, like I think... No, Warforged, you still need a long rest, so never mind.
Yeah, but I think they don't need as long.
They're fully conscious the whole time, and I
Yeah,
don't think it's as
exactly.
long. I think it's 4 hours instead of 8.
Elves need only 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Onyx during when she's awake and when Chewie's awake, she'll try to play some games with her that are not reliant on sight so much, and more like on
Arm wrestling.
Onyx is not that cruel. On touch and feeling and such.
You just win, but you don't let go, and
Be
then she
fair,
tries to chew her own arm
Onyx
off to
was there
escape.
for it. Based on how she ripped Ken's arm off, she's small, but she packs a punch.
Or at least a bite.
Yeah, there's one game that is where you put your hands against one another and then you try to hit them.
Oh yeah.
The hands, not the person.
She likes that one.
All right. So I guess we got a long rest.
I'm just imagining Onyx trolling somebody and leading them into a game of that, and then sucker punching them in the face.
I see Onyx be the person you're you know, the kid thing where it's hey, if your hand covers your face, and then just boom, just dropping a bomb.
No, Onyx isn't that cruel. Come on.
No, she do it to someone she doesn't like.
Oh yeah, no, that definitely.
Because yeah. All right, so we get a long rest.
Yeah. So. Demona, during your watch, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
All right. Ooh, 19.
Okay. You're sort of just watching the room, and you notice something out of the corner of your eye, and it looked like just the movement of something pale and almost spectral, almost like smoke for a second, in the corner of the room, and then it vanishes. And then a moment later, you see this sort of spectral form step out of the wall. Looks just like sort of a smoky outline of a humanoid. No real definition or anything. Just sort of ignores all of your sleeping friends and you, and floats over to the coffee machine, and the spectral hand thing floats up to the keypad, and it's non-functional right now. The whole form just sort of slouches a little bit. Some of the smoke at the edges curls up a little bit, and then it just goes straight through the coffee machine and into the wall again.
Somebody didn't get their coffee.
Didn't get their cup of joe.
No, they got that. That's why they're dead.
So
Sorry.
someone else got that. No, Harry, do you get? I don't think you. I think you're one of the only ones who doesn't know what the
Oh,
reference.
I
of
have
this
no
is.
idea, but I'm still giggling about the thought of the ghost. Just trying to get his coffee and just.
But other than that, it's pretty quiet. You see Yersinia in the corner of the room, just sort of like inspecting and poking at her own arms, or Ken's rather.
The bodies that she's possessing.
Yeah. And other than that, it's quiet. Anything you want to do during your watch?
No, Demona would be just as quiet as possible, keeping her eyes on the swivel. Unless something happened, there's nothing really to report. She would mention as much of the ghost to Cyberus upon the switch, but no.
Oh. Seems harmless, I guess.
Until
Oh.
proven otherwise.
I have something else. Onyx, like during playing with Chewie.
Harry, just wait till yours,
Okay.
because you're taking next watch after Cyberus.
Okay. I thought that was the only thing that happened during the night. I'm sorry.
No, this is-
Okay.
No.
We're still awaiting those earth elementals.
But,
Cyberus, during your watch, go ahead and make a perception check, please.
22.
put your hands
sorry,
together
I'm-
if you want to clap, and we take you through this monkey rap.
I am realizing that I forgot something fucking again.
DK. Donkey Kong.
I'm sorry for reminding you.
DK. Donkey
So
Kong is here.
Cyberus, during your watch, you're just sort of like staring out into space, and above Yersinia's head, where she's just sort of staring off into space as well, just against the wall, and looks like she's actually like listening more than she's actually watching anything. For a second, you thought you saw an eyeball, and then it vanishes. And then a moment later, you see sort of above where Tomo is laying on the floor, a large, like basketball-sized eyeball open up in the ceiling and just stare.
Hey guys.
We saw something like that before, I thought.
Did you
Not a
see something like
surprise.
that before?
I think someone might have, maybe in that weird moss or the purple plant. I don't remember, and if I did, it might not have been me. I'm not going to look through my notes for that. But if it's not doing anything, I'll open my third eye and see if there's any spirits around,
Whoa.
because I have that from corruption.
So would that just be sight into
okay.
ethereal?
So I'll say this doesn't have a range on it, so I'll say effectively like you see something super far in the distance, but you can't really make it out.
Oh.
But it looks large, like larger than human, but it's sort of like blurry and roundish shaped.
Okay, so there's a big round spirit far away.
Yeah.
All right, that's good to know. I'm sure it won't come up.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I was gonna say it's against the west wall, but you don't know which way is west in here, really.
Is there any indication on the coffee machine when its power will be back? Like a charge meter or something?
I'll say yeah, it does look like it does have like a little power bar. I'll say that you're pretty much assuming it will be recharged after a long rest.
That's good.
Or after 8 hours. But that's pretty much the only thing that you see that evening during your watch, unless there's anything you'd like to do or talk to anyone.
No, I can wait. I'll just report on those two facts to the next person.
Okay, Onyx, your watch.
Yeah. Is the eye still there when I get woken up?
No, it stayed for about 20 minutes just watching all of you before the lid closed and it vanished.
Okay.
It was coming out of the wall, or did it appear in midair?
It was sort of like coming out of the wall, like the concave shape straight out of the wall.
Ah, okay.
Out of the ceiling, rather, but yeah. Onyx, it's your watch.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Yeah. Also earlier, like when she played with Chewie, she would have like shown her own chompers that she has.
Nice.
I gotta.
Oh yeah, you got the bite attack, didn't you?
Yep, I do have the bite attack. That's a dirty 20.
Nice. So let's see. Onyx, you're as you're sort of just sitting there watching everybody sleep, you see Passion's hair start to move. Sort of like on its own. Passion, you feel somebody massaging your temples as you sleep.
Onyx goes closer to Passion.
Passion's asleep still, but she's just gonna assume it's Onyx.
I mean, it feels good. You don't see anything, Onyx. You pass your hands over there. You don't feel anything. It doesn't feel cold, or you don't meet any resistance.
I pat the hair back down gently.
It seems like after that it stops.
Oh, this place is weird.
But that's the only thing interesting during your watch, other than your Cinia just watching you and watching the rest of the party as they sleep.
I gotta ask. I know I'm gonna be asleep during this whole time, but do I sense anything on the other side of my 50? No, it's not even 50 foot deep. Jesus, on the other side of the wall, I have blind sense, 60 feet. I doubt
I'll
it.
say as of right now, nothing yet.
Yeah. Because like I said, I'll be
Everything that
sleeping.
so far has either been very small, be very small, or it's literally spectral, so you wouldn't feel it anyway. And your watch comes to a close, Onyx, unless there's anything else you'd like to do.
Nope.
Passion, you have last watch.
All right. Passion kind of went into its book. I was just thanks for the head massage, Onyx.
Onyx, is it like that wasn't me, that was something. This place is super weird.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I really can't wait to get out of here. And it's Passion's watch.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
15.
Okay. As you're sort of sitting there, you see nothing happens for it's hard to tell time. You're guessing maybe about 20-30 minutes or so. And then all of a sudden your Cinia, who had sort of been picking at the pants or a dirty spot on Ken's pants, just immediately sits up at attention for seemingly no reason. And then a second later, Gurk, you feel very clearly, and all of you feel this just rumbling crack and this shaking as the entire structure around you shakes and shudders. The coffee machine just precariously moves. There's not much else in this room, but any of your stuff that you have just gets tossed and turned around a little bit, as it feels you guys are in an earthquake effectively. And at the height of the shaking, there is this thunderous crack, and the wall just splits down the middle with this sort of like diagonal crack that's only an inch or so wide or so. That looks like that wall is pretty thick, but it goes straight through. And after a moment or so, the rumbling comes to a halt. Everything is calm. All of you are awake at this point, considering you just felt an earthquake. Yersinia sort of leans back. I think it's gone. You can rest now.
What is
that?
it?
Fuck was that?
Aside from an earthquake.
Something like that, yes.
That was not an earthquake. I know my rocks.
There are things much larger than you and I here. That
Can I
was one
see
of them.
that big spirit thing over in that
The
direction?
wall that cracked is the one that you saw that spirit through. And you sort of like get up and walk over. And
Is it like this one?
kind of, yeah.
Oh, we're
The
screwed.
light on the other side is not quite as bright.
You got that put up quick.
It's from Doctor Who.
Can you
It's
use that from the Doctor Who one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Bad Wolf or something?
It's
Yeah, that
actually
was
some insider info. The overlay for this, the glitched out weird stuff is just this picture, but I like defragged and glitched out the crack because it's supposed to be like the Rift
Nice.
in Del Diablo.
Mm-hmm. It's really cool.
Sorry,
I
go
didn't
ahead.
even realize that. As you sort of look out, Cyberus, you can see the area beyond this is sort of like dimly lit, and you can't see much except the outline of like structures of like low walls and the outlines of buildings. And where you saw that spectral figure, you now see a slightly glowing, massive sort of blob of color. It's like a like amber orangish color, just sort of moving slowly through this darkened ruins.
That's weird. Some sort of lava worm, perhaps.
You can see that it's the same shape of that spirit that you had seen.
Oh, spirit with a body. Well, if it looks like it's moving away, then that's good.
It's sort of moving parallel. It's nowhere near you. The only reason you can see it is because it's as tall as the buildings.
All right. There's no sign of a sky, is there?
It's hard to tell. Everything, there's a sort of like dim ambient light, but really you can only tell like the silhouettes against the gray horizon, or the gray background, and then the glowing spectral ghost figure.
All right. Well, nothing to do about that.
Lady Tierney, Lady Black,
Yes,
when can you lead us out?
once you're rested.
Everyone?
I'll say at this point, you guys are probably rested at this point.
All right. Yeah.
You may still need some time to prepare your spells, but you've gotten the sleep that you need.
Has been 8 hours.
Yes.
Okay.
Onyx walks over to the coffee machine and sees if it's working again.
It is ready. Yes, it is charged.
Gurk walks back in from the hallway, maybe. Right?
You are fine.
Okay, because I was
You
thinking
felt-
I was thinking you were pulling a mazer, where suddenly now my hallway's in a completely different part of this, and everything just shifted.
No.
Okay.
You felt that, and it was probably really unsettling because I don't know that Gurk has ever felt an earthquake before. But actually, no, you're young enough you wouldn't remember the last shift either. Most of you are young enough you wouldn't remember the last shift. Yeah, but you are fine. Come out unscathed.
Yeah. Onyx gets us all some breakfast and another blood cocktail for Chewie.
She seems, once you hand it to her, she's so excited she just turns her head back and just downs it in one go. Like before, she had been trying to like drink it like a normal person, but can't because teeth, and she doesn't really have much lip surface.
Wow, party girl knows how to take her shots.
Blood cocktail, obviously being not alcoholic, she would like.
Yeah. Yersinia sort of stands and cracks Ken's neck and stretches.
So, what is that about? As it went to the crack and all.
That was the result of the shaking. The earthquake.
I go to investigate it.
Do Rye have dark vision?
Some do, I think.
Does the void Rye?
Don't remember.
I know Cyberus doesn't.
Passion
No,
does.
Onyx doesn't.
Passion has
Then
dark
no.
vision.
Then
Passion isn't a Rye though.
I know, but neither is Cyberus is also not a Rye.
yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I have blind sight 60 feet though. That's what I got.
Okay. You do sense through your bind sense that this is basically the end of the structure. The wall here is maybe about another 10 inches thick or so. It's this long crevice that you're able to see through. And beyond that, you just feel nothing. You don't sense any structures, any creatures, or anything with your blind sense. But looking through, you can see far in the distance those like ruins of structures and tall buildings, and that orange glowing creature sort of spectrally moving through various different buildings and lighting different parts of the city.
Can I roll some kind of intelligence check? See if I recognize what that is. If it's something historical or...
It's an undead, so do religion. Or it's a spectral feeling. So.
See spirits. Maybe I should study spirits.
17 with religion.
You know that there are, if your theory is right and that you're on a different plane, which is a good chance, there's a chance that you're in the grid, which could mean that you're near any manner of celestial beings, domains, dwellings. It could be some massive undead monster that's in its afterlife. You could be on the edge of some god's domain. You're not sure.
But an undead monster in its afterlife, then it's not undead anymore.
Well,
then it's
you know
dead.
what I mean.
All right, so...
some spectral creature in its afterlife.
All right, so I'm just going to cast Find the Path. That will find us our way out of here. Now, I'll need everyone's cooperation. Are you all willing to accept a spell cast from me?
Weren't we going to follow Black?
Yeah, I thought she knows the way.
We might want to keep your spells just in case, right? If we do end up lost,
lead us out in the first place.
If we do get lost, then we can rely on that, right? It's best to keep it as a backup just in case, right?
I trust Gurk over Yersinia.
True, but I agree with Vex on Passion's standpoint. We may need the backup, and she was already agreeing to lead us out.
I mean,
I can cast it multiple times, and it lasts for a day.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what level that spell is.
Your call then.
So everybody's willing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to try new
Onyx
things.
trucks.
All right.
Yersinia just nods.
Your Siege, that's the guy Kevin was playing last session.
Yes.
Okay, everybody but him, I cast a plane shift on back home, including the girl. I don't trust him.
But you trust the girl with shark teeth.
She shows potential.
Cat's at a loss right now.
The thing is, he said plane shift won't work.
Yeah, I could have sworn that he mentioned about plane shifting.
Oh, if you would have mentioned that.
Yeah, he had mentioned
Yeah.
the planar barrier prevents you from
Yeah.
teleporting or plane shifting out.
At a moment, I'm like, I could have sworn something, but I have something really shit memory sometimes.
All right, then. That never happened, I guess, because Gurk would have known that.
Sorry.
Darn, I was hoping I was doing a good bamboozle, not just you, but everybody here. All right, but I still cast Find a Path, because that part, I'm not lying about. I can cast that multiple times. Just takes a full minute for me to cast it, and I cast Find a Path.
No big deal there.
So what does Find the Path do?
It lets me pick a destination I want to go to. Do not have to have been there already. And it gives me the shortest and most convenient path to it.
Okay.
Shortest, most direct physical route.
And then that's just like something that you sense in your head, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Yersinia actually...
I also know how far it is and what direction it lies.
So I'll say it is in the opposite direction where the crack in the wall is, where you were seeing the ghost thing. And you're guessing it's probably going to take maybe about half a day of walking or so.
Okay.
But Yersinia leads you guys on this path, and then Gurk beside her. Sorry, I'm a fucking cat. I saw the light from my headphones on my cards, and I'm like, laser pointer?
Why are you mixing cards? What is that?
Huh?
Is that a deck of many things?
No, it's not. That's a lot of things in a deck of many things.
I draw 5.
These are cipher cards. These are cipher dungeon cards that have all kinds of weird random shit that you would find in a cipher dungeon on them.
No joke. If you have a deck of many, I'm going to be like, I draw 5, because you have to announce how many you draw.
That's how we end the campaign.
Suddenly, our campaign takes a very different turn as we dodge getting murdered by demons.
Been there, done that.
We'll be fine.
So you guys continue on through these winding tunnels, and it leads you actually further in. You go down this winding iron staircase that leads you into that familiar cobblestone dungeon that's lit with those almost steampunk level gas lamps.
Mm-hmm.
And during your travel through that layer, you come to a hallway that is filled with these little tiny floating motes of light, like when you see dust floating in sunlight. Yersinia just walks through them.
Do the same?
Yeah, we follow her.
Yeah. You guys continue through. No reaction or anything. As you continue on, the cobblestone gives way to almost more of a hewn natural rock sort of thing. And at a certain point, you start to see what at first you thought were vines, but you realize are veins of ore or like carved stone in the shape of trees and branches going all up along this hallway of like stone trees surrounding this whole area. And you continue for a bit further, and it opens up into a wide chamber that is just filled with these strange, like gnarled, twisted stone trees.
Do they look preserved, like whatever? What's that called? Where trees get preserved?
Petrified.
Yeah.
Petrified.
When they get really scared, they become petrified.
Are they scared trees?
It doesn't look like that. It almost looks like either they were grown that way naturally or like carved by a very, very skilled artist.
Gurk, do you recognize stone trees that grow?
What role would that be?
I'll say nature or arcana.
Can you use your tree
probably
stride ability on
Arcana.
them?
I could if I had
They're
that
not
prepared.
technically plants.
But they are trees. And it's tree stride.
Arcana?
That is 23.
Oh, okay. I'll say, yeah, you've actually heard of something like this. You know that they typically only grow in the plains or in areas that are connected to the plains somehow. And that they tend to grow in areas of vast change and chaos. They're sort of drawn to the innate wild parts of the world. And that they're extremely hard to get a hold of, but the fruit of the trees, if you can manage to break one off intact, are very valuable for like various different spell components and potions and things.
Are they edible?
You can try, but Gurk, as far as you know, there is no like, it would be like eating a rock. There's no real benefit to doing it, just eating it plain.
I mean, you can try. I won't stop you. They're not poisonous. I mean, they're just rocks. Well, I mean, some rocks are poisonous, but I doubt these ones are.
Yeah, Onyx would get herself a stone fruit.
Are you trying to be careful?
It's
yeah.
Onyx.
Okay.
No, she's trying to. She had like it's supposed to be intact, right? And
Yeah.
Define careful.
I'll say go ahead and make a dexterity check. Do you have any kind of tools that might help you do that, like pickaxe or maybe
her fists?
Yeah, that's not your fist is not a tool like that.
I have a chainsaw.
Also not a precision tool.
Okay, that's a perfectly used nat 20 right there. Plus my dexterity, which is so it's a 23.
The downside though, suitable tool, you have to roll with disadvantage.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oof.
Okay, that's 17.
Okay. You do get one. Let's say you tried to get like 2, and you get one that's like perfectly intact and one that's sort of like cracked down the middle, and you can see inside are these strange. It almost looks like the inside of a pomegranate, where the seeds are little tiny pebbles, and the rest of it is sort of like a sand gravel mixture.
It's how I picture Onyx looking inside.
I was about to say the same.
Yeah.
Onyx like picks one of the seeds and like pops it in her mouth while she pockets the other fruit.
Tastes like a rock.
I don't know what I expected.
I don't know
okay,
either.
Spellcasters, who wants this one?
I'll take a few of them. Why not?
Okay. You have one full
and
one.
a broken one.
Yeah, you have one full one and a half of one.
Either works. I don't care.
I hand Gurk the full one.
Write down 1 stone fruit.
Okay.
I also give like if Chewie also wants a stone seed.
She'll try it and like
Do I know my spells that
pick
affect?
it out of her tooth and then pull out 1 broken tooth and go.
Do I
Oh,
know
I'm
if
sorry.
my plant spells, the
She
ones that
just sort of
target
does
plants, will work
this
on it?
and sort of points, and you can see a little teeny tiny baby shark
Aw.
tooth started to come in.
Oh, also another
Underneath
one.
it.
Another thing, like Chewie is relatively like what 8-9 years old, roughly, like from his size.
Yeah.
Okay, because we walk a lot, so Onyx would actually offer her to like carry her on their shoulders when
Aw.
she's tired.
Piggyback.
Gurk, you do not think that your tree stride would work on these because
Well-
they're not really living plants per se.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, spells in general, ones that target plants would not work on these.
No.
Okay, because I was about to say Druid has a lot of options for that.
Wait, awaken.
Plant growth, and then awaken. Yeah,
I
a
mean,
stone
we could
trent.
try it.
Wow. Yeah.
Would we think that these trees are growing on the edge of the plane? Like maybe it would lead us to believe this might be closer to the edge of the plane or the exit.
Hmm.
All you really know is that they're drawn to like points of chaos, so it's hard to tell.
Well, they'll be
Just based from
just
that.
fine in our home then.
Yeah.
Onyx also tries to like how the sand sap tastes, if it's any different than just eating a fistful of sand.
So it's not as gritty as sand. It's sort of like just dissolves instantly. And it doesn't have quite the same salty taste. It has more of a sharp, like iron metallic taste.
Ooh, this is interesting. She like gives like some and is like, here, maybe this is and like for Chewie because it like irony taste, so it tastes a little bit like blood.
God, fucking Bex. Yeah. So you guys continue on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I got distracted because the dog just rolled in and was like, "Hey, pay attention to me," and then it's just aggressively booping me with his face.
Oh.
I don't know what you want. Go bother your father. He's up here. Go bother Kevin.
It's like, but you're here.
Are you seriously begging for treats? Oh my god.
He knows who spoils him.
Here,
I want.
go. Enjoy.
I also imagine like while we're like still walking, Onyx every now and then like gets some of the sand out of the half broken fruit and it's like, this tastes so weird, but I somehow can't stop myself. It's weirdly addictive.
But you guys continue on for about another hour or so.
Fun fact, Onyx. There's our small chat while we're walking. There's actually some creatures that willingly do eat rocks because that's what they use to help grind up food and stuff. That's why a lot of birds have gizzards and such. Though theirs are more of a natural calcium fermenting in their throats, but there are creatures that do purposely swallow rocks in order to help them with digestion.
Onyx just
Usually-
straight up looks at Gurk and is like, yeah, I have like a rock hard lung, so and stuff like that. I know that. And just walks off.
No.
And stomach. Stomach, not lung. I'm dumb. I have a rock
I eat
stomach.
with my lungs.
I
How
breathe
tough are you?
food.
I eat with my lungs.
I tried. Alright.
No, Onyx has a like people like generally say they have an iron stomach, but like due to the culture she came up
She
in,
has a
it's a
granite
rock
stomach?
stomach. Yeah,
She
it's
has a
rock
granite stomach.
A granite stomach.
In Hera, if it goes sore, would it mean she was taking it for granted?
Does
Granted, diamonds.
Do the stone rye called ogres, do they compare them to slate because they have layers?
Pat's just like, fuck all of you.
None of you need to say anything. It was just your reactions. Thank you. Thank you.
Alt full on face palming.
Alt's like, I'm not here. I'm disengaging from this. I'm not. Nope.
I don't know any of you.
As you guys are walking, Yersinia sort of. So, what's your story? How did you get stuck down here?
We were picking up a bounty from him, and he asked if we could bring somebody in for, bring them into the facility while he got, I don't know. And then he locked us down there. Something of a test, I don't know.
Marco's a dick like that, yeah.
I can tell he's a dick.
Are you a prisoner then? Yersinia?
For a time, I've been, yes.
You got a new body. That's good.
Yeah. It's fresh. It's nice to stretch new legs every now and then.
What's your deal then?
I move from person to person, from host to host. And Marco wasn't fond of that, said that it was an abomination and unpleasant. I tend to bring about some unpleasant medical conditions, so I get locked in a petri dish.
Was that what happened with the guy with the really annoying accent?
Is it a natural power, or did you come by that power?
It's what I am. I am a disease.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
What do you mean with unpleasant medical conditions?
I'm assuming what happened to Ken.
I inflict a disease that kills the host, typically.
Like what happened when Ken died.
I find it interesting that you know the way out of here. And that you're willing to part with it with us instead of just going yourself and leaving us behind. There must be some reason you need us on our way there.
I need a host, and there are many dangerous things in these ways, typically. Fortunately, you've managed to scare off a couple of them, and the shaking of the next door neighbors certainly did a good bit of frightening off anything else that might be too deadly.
Couldn't you just inhabit whatever attacks you and then become stronger in that way?
It takes some time for me to fully get my hold in. An incubation period.
Are we in any danger then, or?
Do we need to be wearing masks?
A mask wouldn't save you from me, dear.
The right wing was right. I had to make the joke. I had to make the joke.
Onyx turns over to Demona's like, she's a disease, not a virus. Right? You don't, spread.
Both of those spread.
Yeah, diseases are bigger than viruses, so they'd be easier to catch in a mask.
Disease is more like a catch-all term.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm not a doctor.
And my attempt to make this topically hilarious was failing miserable. My apologies.
Nah, I made the joke too, so you're all good. Yeah. I guess that makes sense why someone like him would be afraid of that.
He doesn't have much to fear from me, but everyone else, I did a number on.
Onyx shrugs and says he doesn't seem to be very keen on offering solutions other than locking things away.
He's definitely not the brains of his operation.
What's his brains? The dogs?
Yes.
Usually the dogs are the brains, but do you know who runs his business?
I have ideas. I'm willing to share once we get out of here.
All right.
Yeah, not on good terms with this guy at the moment.
Say that again.
We're not on good terms with this guy.
You don't say. I had no idea.
Or
Well, I
give us
guess-
some money.
For anyone else.
Still, or me.
To be fair, it's not that we're on bad terms. He was just effectively giving us a task and then giving us a not a riddle, a challenge. He
Yeah.
wants-
Yeah.
Excuse me? Did he do any research on any of us? Because
Probably.
as far as I seen it, he just put himself on top of my shit list.
I mean, Onyx, that's not that hard to do.
Yeah, so he should have like maybe beat him a bit more upfront about things and not just like spring this on us.
Yeah, he should have offered. We probably would have accepted.
So the direction we've been led to, is this still the right direction?
Yeah, it seems so. How long does that last?
Literally a single day, so I can just cast it every day.
Jesus.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, it's the same.
Not 8 hours, not 24 hours. It just says a day. Which I think is kind of weird.
One day.
Hmm.
It is
Yeah.
very weird, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to D&D, where they have some things that make zero sense.
Well, I mean, normally, like a lot of those, they say 24 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes they break their own rules, so...
Yeah, sometimes it's like usually it's 24 hours or I don't know, like until the beginning or end of a long or short rest or whatever, something like that, but not a day. Or until the next dawn or something like that. Which is also more
Less
like
into the next dawn in 5e.
So you said it was going to be like half a day. Are we like a quarter of
Yeah.
through the day?
You're
or-
about a quarter of the way. I'll say you were expecting to get out by like the equivalent of lunchtime, and it's probably like 10:30, 11 now, or so. You think you probably got another hour or so of this journey left. As you're traveling, the path splits, and through the one hallway you can see this sort of like glistening orange yellow color, and the direction to the other way looks to be more like packed earth, that's sort of just cleared out in a sort of arch and supported by these wooden like mining shaft beams
Which way does my spell say to go?
towards the earth
All right.
through the dirt.
That's good news.
Or
Probably.
is it? Azrak laughs as rocks fall and we die.
As you guys continue forward, let's see.
Drums in the deep.
Buddy,
Put it in the
I-
mines.
Actually, there's a question I've been meaning to ask about the Ember Rye.
Mhm.
I'm always, Demona is always pulsing with the Ember energy. Do I give off dim light? Like
It doesn't
24/7?
say so, so I'm gonna say no.
Okay. Just didn't know if I was a walking torch or not.
Yeah, because like like the Aasimar, when they use their one ability, it just says that you give off dim light and such a thing. It doesn't say that, so I would say no.
Probably visible from a distance, though.
I'll say yeah. As you guys are traveling, excuse me while I look up a thing.
Uh-oh.
Are you seriously searching porn on our corruption game?
Yes, definitely.
You had that prepared before.
No, that's
Mhm.
Vex.
Excuse you.
Vex is
I do that
always
before
prepared.
and after, not during.
As you guys are traveling through, you start to see god, I forgot. All of you have like garbage passive perception.
I got 16. That's pretty good.
Except for Cyberus. Okay, so Cyberus, you notice it first, and then
I guess
Gurk.
I was about to say, I guess my 14 means nothing.
No, like just I was going top to bottom, except looking at my sheet, it's 10, 11, 11, then 14, then 16. Anyway, you both notice the in the walls, you see like little earthworms popping out every now and then, and sort of just like crawling in your direction, seemingly like drawn to the bit of light that you guys have. I'll say you guys do probably have some source of light because there is none in this area.
Yeah, not all of us can see through.
You guys have like cell
black.
phones and things that you can be.
I mean, I
using.
can just boop people and
Most of
use
us.
light. I literally have 2 cantrips of light. Fun fact, because D&D Beyond is really dumb.
Wow, that's loud. My Tremor Sensei K blind sight. There are worms wiggling. Are they like, how far in the earth are they? Or is it like a whole bunch of them surfacing and trying to get to us via light? Or is it just like just a few?
There's just like a lot of them. I don't know who's booping that. I think it might be Luke.
I turned it down. I had Sirenscape up, and then all my friends are talking about things.
At first, it feels like just a couple near like the topsoil area, and then as you continue down this hallway, you're sensing more and more, sort of gathering and actually congregating sort of above you in the like ceiling of this tunnel.
Any spirits around? After seeing that one before, I want to, look around every now and then.
None that you can see, no.
That's good.
And as you guys are traveling, Gurk, you're very close. You're probably 300 feet or so away from where the entrance would be. You're not 100% sure what the exit is going to be, but you're nearing it. And I need all of you. Actually, hang on.
I was going to do something with the worms, but never mind.
It doesn't matter. None of you are surprised. What do you want to do with the worms?
There's going to be no time for conversation. I was going to cast Speak with Dead. Or not Speak with Dead, Jesus. Speak with Animal.
So also, you had time to realize that these were congregating before something happens. Do you want to do that? You can.
Nah.
Okay.
We're past that.
As you guys are walking, Passion, you feel something sort of drop on your head and reach up and pull out of your hair, this like fat wriggling worm. And then another one falls on someone else, and this one is actually like a maggot, little white and wriggling around. And then all of a sudden, the ceiling of this whole tunnel just opens up and spews out just a pile of these wriggling, nasty worm things that coalesce into a pile, and writhing up from it is this like vaguely humanoid shaped, has 2 arms, and like the torso sort of goes down in one shape. And then towards the face, the maggots sort of swarm into this weird sort of like a white porcelain mask with an opening for eyes and mouth. But
you
just,
would.
Made of maggots.
It's a rot grab elemental.
No, it's not.
Not quite.
It's it's my favorite creature in Mordekainen, Sea Jerk.
Roll initiative, please.
Well, I have no idea what that is.
At least it's not Cuss. I was kind of worried it was an avatar of Cuss for a second there. For those of you that don't know, he's like in 5th edition terms, he's a great old one warlock patron.
I thought
you meant cause.
Or for a fly.
Ice! Grant us ice!
Oh, God.
It's spelled Kyuss, so cuss would be cuss.
K-U-S-S? Yeah.
I'm thinking about
Kyuss.
cause from Bloodborne,
Kais,
obviously.
maybe?
It might be Kais. Oh, whatever. I'm thinking of old school D&D nerd stuff. Whatever. Everybody's getting 20s on their initiative. Holy crap!
Tomo and Passion, what are your dexes?
I guess
Mine's +4.
Same.
Roll off.
Wow. 20, 21,
Holy
20,
shit.
15, 19. Not bad, guys. Not bad.
faster than
What
worms.
the fuck, Ruck?
What'd you get, Alt, for your... What die are we rolling for? I got a 17.
D20.
Also, my... I'm assuming my video's frozen right now, right?
No,
No,
you're
I see
moving.
him moving.
Wow. My Zoom is currently not responding.
Weird. Whoa.
So who got the higher, Tomo or Passion on the
I think
second
Onyx, I got 17.
roll? And I will give you guys a moment to come up with your plan because my husband is MIA and my dog is continuing to boop me.
Oh,
I'm just gonna run out and let him go tinkle out back real
Your
quick.
husband is MIA and your dog is Boop-IA.
Yeah.
all right, Scotty.
I'll be right
I'm
back.
gonna leave the call quickly because it's frozen fully.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna be right back myself.
You know what,
I'm gonna
everybody?
go
We'll be back at 5.
Yeah.
Let me
Be right
set
back.
up. Yeah, I'll set up the BRB and then
Sorry, guys.
it's fine.
No, I feel you. They were doing fireworks here for America Day, so
What the
America Day.
We are back.
hey.
Hi, everybody.
Though everybody's windows are off. What the heck?
Because
What?
I told you
'cause-
I
yeah.
left.
Oh, that's
Vex
right.
left and came back because
Sorry,
video
folks.
froze.
Because my
Does
entire
there like a-
Zoom.
on my head.
I can see it.
Nice.
Exactly, kitty
I
cat.
should at one point try to do a mohawk with my hair because I have literally only hair on the top of my head right now.
Mine is very thick and getting longer.
My hair does not like to stand up, so I'm assuming it won't work very well.
Maybe you clean it too often.
No, it's just my hair has never been able to be gelled. Like that's just my hair is a hair can confirm this. My hair is absurdly like thin. It's very as she mistakenly said she called it whiskey.
They're very similar words. That's understandable.
Yeah.
I love how Hera had no comment there. Me putting her under that bus.
I missed it, I think.
I told them about you calling my hair whiskey.
Oh.
Learning a second language is very difficult, it turns out.
Especially English.
No shit. I'm sorry. That was supposed to be muted.
No,
Didn't
you're
we-
not wrong. All right. So we're fighting a bug monster thing.
Are they bugs? Are worms bugs?
Worms are bugs,
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Hmm.
I
And
guess.
3.5, it would be
That's why
considered
there
a
were worms in
vermin.
that demon and
Up, and of course my stream dropped. And coming back. Man,
Yeah.
it's been very long.
Of course.
Oof.
Yeah, you've been lagging really bad.
Yeah.
But we are live. We've been live for a bit.
Hey, everybody.
Yay.
Hi. Yeah. So, you guys were walking down that hallway filled with soil, and a human-shaped creature made out of worms emerged from the ceiling. In front of you guys, between you guys and where you know the exit should be relatively near. What do you want to do? Gurk, you were the first one to react.
Hmm. The second I see this creature, I say, are you the guardian of the way out?
It says something that you're not 100% sure what it's saying. It just sounds like the squelching and wiggling of worms. It doesn't speak common. It speaks deep speech.
And none of us speak deep speech.
Like one character doesn't know that.
I say none of my characters have ever known deep speech. They're not deep enough for that.
Usually go with undercommon.
Yeah, Undercommon or Celestial or or Infernal are like my go-tos. Or Elvish. Because
I think I had
elves.
one character that actually knew deep speech.
So what is Gurk doing?
Hmm.
That changes my plans.
Does it seem? I know it's a entity made of worms, of maggots and such, but does it seem aggressive? As in, like it's advancing towards us, or
Yeah. It's definitely moving your direction, and it's blocking the way out.
okay? I attempt to intimidate it as I cast Jazz Hands.
Okay. What does that do?
I go like this. And now whenever I
Okay.
cast spells, I don't have to do the somatic components for them.
Okay.
As long as I keep doing that. I'm sorry, Chris, it's the most worthless cantrip you have on here.
As they even cure cause cuts is more useful.
Anybody see the number of that bus that just went by?
I guess roll a charisma check? Intimidation?
Oh my god, why? Thank you, thank you, Callie, for the dice. They are rolling very well. 17.
It mostly just looks confused. Yeah, is that what you're doing? All you're doing?
That's my action.
Okay. Passion, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm rolling something to determine. How aggressive does it look?
It looks pretty aggressive.
All right. Well, if it's going to be aggressive, I might as well take it that too. Can you give me a dex save? Because I'm going to cast Sacred Flame on it.
Okay, let me read Jazz Hands for you. Casting time, 1 action. Range self. Duration 10 minutes, not concentration. You choose a spell of first level or higher that you know. The next time you cast that spell, during the duration of this cantrip, you can cast it without the somatic components. You can only have one spell primed with this cantrip at a time.
Yeah, it's kind of useless completely.
Jazz Hands.
But you need to continue doing the jazz hands while you...
No, it lasts for 10 minutes, so I used an action, and now I literally cannot stop for 10 minutes. Because it's not concentration. Or until I cast that spell,
Maybe
and then
like
it
the
stops.
bard.
Yeah. Whose turn is it?
I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, so it got a 12.
It definitely fails. So I get to hit it. And also I get to add my Radiant Soul to this. Ooh, that's 2 8s and a 5. Damn. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 26 damage. And that's radiant damage.
25, you said.
Yes.
Oof. Okay.
I rolled 2 8s and a 5. I'm actually shocked.
All right. Tomo, what do you want to do? Big worm creature thing standing in the way. This tunnel is probably wide enough for 2 of you guys to be shoulder to shoulder, and it's standing in the middle between where you guys were told the exit is.
I guess I'll just shoot it.
Power.
What are you using?
My network weapon, my shotgun.
Okay.
That's a 16.
Hits.
Okay. Yep. 1d8. 2, 6. Where's my preference? Okay, so that's 9 points of damage.
Nine, you said. Demona, what do you want to do?
She just deadpans it, says "Zhitch," and casts Immolation.
Jesus, okay. It needs a deck save.
It needs a deck save.
Oh, no, crap, but that's a spicy meatball.
Go away, Kevin.
I
You're
hate
so
you with a
bad.
passion.
You're not in this session, Kevin. Go away.
I'm sure you know exactly what I did there.
I know exactly what you did.
Oh shit! God damn it, Vex.
My comment was, I miss Ken's accent, and Redeem's do an impression.
19. Deck save.
By 1.
18's
However,
the DC.
it still takes half as much
Still half.
damage.
So
28 half. Okay, when I add my int modifier, does it go before it's halved or after it's halved?
After it still is, it's all of the damage and then half that damage.
yeah,
So that would include your int mod.
Okay, so it would be a total of 33 halved.
so 16.
No, it is its half. It
Math.
halved. 33 is it half? I'm assuming.
No, 33 was the total damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So 16.
However, oh no, it made the save. Never mind. It doesn't burn. It just took the fire damage.
Okay, so after Demona's turn, it's going to use one of its legendary actions to it is going to, it holds out its hand and this sort of blue glowing energy rises around it, and it's going to Eldritch Blast. Fuck it, all three of them at passion because she's
Hey, that's my trick.
all three of them hit. She's the one who hurt it the most so far.
Just pick- Turn.
I mean, Gurk heard it emotionally.
Not really. Not a ton. So I'm assuming 14 misses.
Yep.
16.
Misses.
Dirty 20.
Hits. Be happy I don't have my shield,
Eh.
because that would be a miss.
If you're next to me, wait, no, is it melee only? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. He rolled a 1 on the d12.
Oh no, 1 damage.
Let's see. Cyberus, what do you want to do?
I'm going to call out to follow the arrows and cast Vector Aura, and then walk up and stand in his face and wait for my next turn. So I have no bonus actions. So I cast Vector
Okay.
Aura. One within 30 feet gets, your weapons are magical, and you get a 1d6 on each attack roll. Damage.
Can't you use your bonus action to activate your arms?
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to do anything. I
But you'd
think.
have them up for the next round,
Mhm.
is more what Cat's saying.
That's true. I'll do that then, I guess.
Does the vector aura only affect weapons?
It just says when anyone within range makes a melee or ranged attack, they add 1d6 to their damage. It does say it uses weapons or ally weapons, but then it also just says melee and ranged attack. It doesn't mention the weapons in that sentence.
I'll say
So I'm-
because it doesn't specify that we'll allow it for all attacks. In the future, it probably should be weapon attacks.
It's
Um,
more for Onyx because
Yeah.
If it's like weapon attacks, then her fist actually work. If it specifically says it enchants like all weapons of allies, then it wouldn't work with fists.
Well, it
Yes.
enchants all weapons, but it increases. It's a twofold thing of like it gives you the bonus for any attack, but
It gives a bonus to attack. I thought it just improved damage.
1d6 damage is what I
attack
meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say any attack that you guys do. it
Okay.
does it.
Ooh, sweet.
Because-
I'll start using Eldritch Blast back at this motherfucker.
Onyx, it's
Yeah.
your turn. What do you want to do?
I just heard someone tell me follow the arrow, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna rage, and then I'm
Okay.
going to recklessly just run into this thing.
Leroy.
2 attacks.
Oh, it
Um,
probably stinks to high heaven too, because it's burning maggots and worms.
So the first one is a 19
Meat.
to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay, so that's now 2d6 because I get 1d6 extra. And that's... I don't bite it actually because Onyx does not want to bite this thing. 11 plus 2, 13 damage on the first attack.
Okay, and then
And
are your fists considered magical?
Yes.
Okay.
And another attack, which is 26.
Hits, yeah.
And it's 15 damage.
Okay.
That's
And
actually
I
a really cool spell. I'm not gonna lie.
Ram
Reading
into
up
it
on
and then punch it again. Yeah, basically it gives him it gives me basically crits on every attack.
Well, no,
And
no.
now
Just
imagine I
looking at it,
actually crit.
like it's whenever a non-hostile creature within range makes a melee or ranged attack. So yeah, no, that's really cool.
Oh, I hear music.
It is a level 4 spell.
Yeah, it's a good. Honestly, I don't see it being too broken, even with how it's worded. It just needs.
My issue with it would be that it's better than Divine Favor.
Yeah,
But
but
it
Divine
is
Favor is
higher
a level
level.
1 spell.
Yeah,
But you can you upcast Divine Favor to make it affect other people?
I don't think.
Either way.
it's a
Um
4th level spell though, so I'd say that's a good slot
Yeah.
for a level 4 spell to be.
so
Beggars don't
its
get-
turn.
Divine Favor cannot be upcast, and you can only cast on self.
Oh, okay. All right, then in that case, it's a little better.
Mhm.
The Star Spawn Larva Mage is going to move back 30 feet. And it holds out that hand, and that like blue energy that had been surrounding it goes pitch black. You guys can make attacks of opportunity.
You're like, hey, excuse me. What I'm gonna make a suggestion. If you're gonna tune this thing, the spell around, make it so it triggers once per round. Because you're about to see why when I hit it with 3 Eldritch Blasts.
Yeah, I know, but it's a 4th level spell. But
Fourth-
yeah,
I'm gonna say 4th level once per turn is a good, like 1d6 once per turn is actually, I think, within bounds of how it would work.
I will point
no, it's
out
not.
that
That's way worse than Hunter's Mark.
yeah, I
Fourth
will
level
point out
spell.
Hunter's Mark
But
triggers on every attack as well.
No, it doesn't. Once per turn. Or no, 100.
No.
But no, for specifics, it affects everybody who makes a melee attack within range.
Okay, so everyone once per turn can do one
Yes.
extra.
Everybody once per
That's
turn.
a little
on,
better.
That's what I more meant. Like once per turn, they can do this.
Yeah.
Rather than it being, Hera, it works with a lot of
What
the
did
other-
Cyberus get to hit?
26.
Yeah, that hits.
Is this
Nat
corrupt?
20.
Ooh. Ooh.
Nice. Scott, correct question. In your game, was this thing corrupted? I think it was.
No,
It was not?
this one can be for yours. It's your campaign, and anything can be
Confirm the
corrupted,
nat-
right?
Yeah.
I confirmed, by the way.
I'm going to say this one is actually not corrupted.
Okay.
What's your confirmation, Hera?
Sorry.
I rolled a 19 on the confirmation for
Oh,
the
shit.
nat-
So-
Damn.
Max damage and roll again. What's
Mhm.
Cyberus's damage?
Cyberus did 12 damage.
Okay.
Gave her the 2-handed chop.
Hiya, hiya. Okay.
25
That's with
damage.
the bonus damage.
Yeah, I rolled
Hera, did
one.
you roll both of
Oof.
the damage from Cyberus's thing?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's all dice, yeah.
37 damage.
I was like, that seems absurdly low.
Yeah, alright. It's hurting.
It smells good for monks.
Yep.
It smells good for anyone with melee attacks, or any attacks, really.
I'm currently I mean monks, I can do like 4 attacks pretty handily when I
Blob.
flurry of blows already. Like I don't need to be level 20 like a fighter.
And then I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
I know I'm okay at those.
I know.
20 again.
Dirty 20.
12.
They're coming tonight. They're coming tonight.
Oh my god, is it gonna happen again with the thing where a bunch of people fail theirs?
I'm glad I'm for once not the one failing this.
Yeah, because you're usually the one who fails this.
Yeah, I'm usually
Gurk.
the one who fails this
Mhm.
shit.
What'd you get?
12.
Fails. 33 necrotic damage. Onyx.
Holy moly.
I
As you
rolled
cast Circle of Death.
Oh, hey, sweet.
Onyx, what did you get?
I got a nat 20, so 30?
16 necrotic damage.
And I rage, so it's 8.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for
Cyberus.
this math.
Cyberus got 18.
Pass. 16 necrotic damage. Tomo.
Alright.
16.
Pass on the dot. 16 necrotic damage. Passion.
I got a dirty 20.
16 necrotic
8
damage.
necrotic damage. Hell yeah.
Fuck off. Demona.
21.
16 necrotic damage.
Hera, thank you for doing the math for me because I was pulling up my calculator to do that. I have my pink calculator here now.
I need to roll for Constitution again.
Concentration, yeah.
Actually, with it being necrotic damage, would I also only take 8 damage from that being?
Yeah.
normal?
If you're resistant to necrotic, then yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I have +9 Constitution, so I can't be interrupted, I guess, unless it's super high.
Basically.
I rolled a 16.
Yeah. You're fine.
Yeah, I say if it's 16 necrotic, if you pass, then it'd be 10. 10 or half, whichever's highest.
So 10.
Yeah. You can nat 1 it, but
Nat 1 on a check or save does nothing. Only
yeah.
on attack.
that's right.
As you guys are sort of in the midst of this, you guys see through that like hole in the ceiling where this thing had sort of splooged through. You see a like glowing light. And the two that were closest to where that was, so Cyberus and Onyx, you both see sort of peeking down through that hole is the familiar form of the bent metal shape of Chucky, the paperclip Archon of Clippy, sort of staring down and looking at you guys and says, "You look like you are in danger. Would you like assistance?"
Yeah, kill that monster.
I
God.
can try.
That's all I can ask.
It's, I mean, that's what you asked of it. It's gonna try.
I'll certainly try. My favorite words to say as a GM. You can certainly try.
Shit!
What?
I forgot again that I have advantage on initiative rolls. Shit.
So it sort of
She
stares
starts it.
angrily
Oh,
as two blasts of radiant light hit this thing. One goes completely off to the side, horribly misses. The other actually hits.
Yes.
Pew! For
Laser eyes.
not many radiant damage, but some.
Does it get bonus from vector aura damage?
It wasn't there when you cast the spell.
I think it's just like
It's
aura.
not about it being there when you cast a spell. It's an aura.
Okay,
Yeah, a 30-foot aura.
that seems a bit much, but okay, I'll allow it.
I'm literally. I mean, it seems like a bit much, but that's what the spell says.
Yeah, no,
Only
I
thing-
don't doubt
Yeah.
you.
De-Fraggers don't get many spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Honestly, like I'm looking at the spell, and I'm like, no, this is actually a pretty decently balanced spell.
Yeah.
I love Chris, but that is surprising whenever I see one of those.
And then out from behind the crowd of the rest of you, little 4 foot, 3.5 foot Chewy comes running out and attempts to take a chomp out of the worm man.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. I'm
She's
sorry.
gonna get infected.
That should have been.
That was a
muted.
really good impression.
That was well timed as well.
It was, yeah.
Bang on.
She hit with 23.
Oh, that's all.
Oh, she rolled garbage for damage.
Aw.
You get my bonus?
Even
She
with
tried.
the bonus. She attempts to take the arm off like she did for Ken, but she just goes away with like a mouthful of worms and grubs.
Yeah.
But she definitely did some damage to it.
Yeah, at least her attack is magical as well. So her weapons are magical. Her teeth. Teeth.
That's everybody. Gurk, what do you want to do now that you can cast without somatic components?
Oh, that doesn't matter. I lost concentration after that circle of death.
Oh no!
Just kidding.
Wait, I
This
thought it
doesn't.
doesn't
Just
require-
kidding. Yeah, I was about to say.
it
Just
doesn't
kidding.
require
Doesn't require concentration, so I can be dead and my hands are still jazzing.
I just picture. Oh my god! I just picture you dead. Just
Mm-hmm.
That
Hera,
is hilarious.
that sounds horrifying as well.
The entire
Oh, yeah.
hallway is lit up by a beam of sun that shoots straight at it. It needs a con save.
Holy fuck!
Kamehameha.
Kamehameha.
Con save, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20. I'm sorry.
Oh.
So
Okay, so it's not blinded.
So here comes the pain.
Yep. How much radiant damage? I keep forgetting how much sunbeam does.
a lot.
A good amount, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna use an online dice roller and have it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I did for Circle of Death.
It's way easier to use an online dice roller sometimes. As much as the click clacks are nice, sometimes there's too many click clacks.
Okay, it was 32, so having that, it's 16 radiant.
Okay, it is still up.
Good, because that beam's not moving. It's
God
still
damn
going.
it.
Smoking.
And while concentrating on it... Oh wait, no. I can't. Darn it. I'm not a I keep thinking I'm a moon circle druid and I can bonus action wild shape. Never mind.
That's such a bad feeling. Like, oh.
That's fine.
Fashion.
Oh, hey. It Eldritch Blast me. Motherfucker, it's time for some payback. Eldritch Blast.
And no one better
Okay.
get in the beam. Just saying.
Oh, okay.
I'll roll 2. Actually, I can roll all 3 because I have 3 dice. I just need to open up my dice box.
Laser light show going off here.
Basically, yeah.
We're just having a nice rave here.
And the best news about that spell is I'm no longer using jazz hands because I cast the spell it was preparing.
So, 24 to hit,
It's jazz hands a thing.
Yeah, that hits.
16 to hit,
Hits.
17 to hit.
Hits.
Sweet. So that'll be 3d10 and 3d6.
An umbrella would not block sunbeam.
Unfortunately.
What about like a big metal one?
Oh, we need a
I want to be angry, but It might,
We need a
cause like
Retroverse magic
cover
item
might.
that's a conveniently small umbrella, and it's the Wile E. Coyote umbrella, but it actually stops anything from hurting you when it falls.
That's actually pretty baller, yeah.
Yeah.
So Cat, he's gonna take 54 points of damage.
What the Christ? How?
So I get +5 for every so 3 attacks hit, +5 for every hit.
Right, because you're yeah.
Eldritch Blast is super powered, plus the D6 on every single roll, plus the D10 on every single roll.
How would you like to do this?
Yeah.
Taste the power
Well,
of the
Druid's
sun,
coming
brother. I know that's not the right guy, but I don't care.
Yeah. No, that was. I mean, he did say brother sometimes, but hey, at least it's Macho Man adjacent.
Chandra's pyro helix.
I just picture just Gruk's giant ass beam and just Passion's 3 beams just spiraling through the middle, just blowing out through it.
Nice. Yeah. You hear that like the like weird gurgling of insects just immediately go to like shriek sounds, and then they just are all instantly destroyed. And the
Hell yeah.
around the beam you just see the smoldering remnants of hundreds of these little tiny worms and bugs and whatnot. And Clippy is sort of looking down. Good job. You did good.
Can I cast Fireball at the ceiling?
If you want.
No.
He sort of flies down, looks around at the mess. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
Are there like still some like of these thingies like writhing about?
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
there are still
wriggling?
some that are like wiggling around, but
Pick up.
they're not.
Pick up.
Onyx stomps them.
You can easily enough stomp several of them out. Some of them are like burrowing back into the earth and disappearing, but yeah.
Demona just flicks one off of her shoulder, still with a deadpan gesture.
Mm-hmm.
I attempt to speak with animals. Hello there.
I just imagine.
I
Like,
doubt
one
it will work.
burying
I don't think
I
these
imagine,
are
like,
animals.
one of them burying into the ground, and Onyx just punches the ground like into the ground to still get it.
So it's technically a swarm of insects.
Even though I looked it up, earthworms are not insects. They're actually part of the animal.
It has an
family.
intelligence of 1. Is that too dumb for speak with animals to work?
Actually, no, that's just dumb enough.
Yes,
Intelligence of 1
right
or
amount
2.
of dumb.
Actually,
The perfect amount of dumb.
isn't it 3
mean-
or lower?
I think things actually can't have an intelligence lower than 1, right? So
Yeah. I mean, some things do actually have an intelligence of 1, though. I think, Hera, or 0. I mean.
No, I think in 5e, anything that has an intelligence, if you ever have a score of 0, you are effectively either catatonic or dead.
Yeah.
What
In
about
5e,
plants? Why
1's
would
the
a plant have
lowest.
an intelligence of any?
because plants that are not intelligent or sentient
Are
in
just
some kind
plants?
of way are not don't have a stat block.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I will say it works, but the only thing that you get from them is just the word consume. Consume.
God, I'm so glad I didn't cast Speak with Animals.
Because Onyx would eat them.
Oh,
Your Yersinia is just picking them out of Ken's hair and flicking them. Shall we? Onward?
yeah.
Oh,
After Onyx calms
Let's
down,
get
she's
outta here.
also
Just
like,
sort of looks over.
I take some of the soil as a sample and I put it in with them.
Is this one coming too?
The paper
Pointing
why
at
not?
Chucky.
Chucky's coming.
I don't see why not.
he's weirdly useful. And after Onyx has like calmed down, she's also going to make sure that Chewie is like doesn't
Alright.
have any of the things on her anymore.
She very gratefully lets you pick them out of her her hair and like the folds of her dress and whatnot. It's just very uncomfortable.
She also like
She like
hands her
at
like
one point pulls out one big juicy one and like bites it out of spite and it exploded in like this gross orange
Yeah.
goo.
yeah. She also gives a water bottle so she can like get the taste out of her mouth, like gurgle it.
She attempts to.
God,
it's hard to
just the idea of
with
the mouthful of teeth trying to gargle water is just horrifying.
Yeah, you basically have a fountain. A very messy fountain.
Onyx is like, we're gonna get you a proper toothbrush. I think that could be really good for you.
What would that be? A floor polisher?
Shark teeth don't need toothbrush. When the teeth go bad, it comes out. And
Yeah,
it
they say sharks don't need to brush their teeth or clean them. They just
Yeah,
fall
yeah.
out.
But
I
she's
haven't
not a
seen
shark.
that
She's a
either.
person.
She has shark. Her tooth is growing back, Hera.
Look.
She showed you that.
I can
It's
tell you
it's
how-
not for it's not for her like it's not for like the. It's more for like personal feeling and stuff like that. That you don't have like all the stuff still stuck in there that you ate.
Fair enough.
If you got food stuck in your teeth, you need to get better at eating.
Yeah, or toothpick.
She just drinks blood, anyways. It's not like that's gonna get stuck in there.
I don't know. I think it's the only thing she has like available to her right now. So
Oh, maybe. But she did ask for it from that coffee machine.
which only can make liquids and not I don't know a bloody
good-
steak.
Blood is like the most nutritious thing you can drink.
Nah, I'm. Big
Let me
disagree.
believe that. That's what I choose to believe.
Yersinia is just walking past you guys.
Yeah.
Actually, probably the most nutritious thing you could drink is something close to kelp juice.
Passion's also walking away as they start talking about drinking blood and kelp juice.
As you guys reach the end of where Gurk, you know the exit should be, Yersinia says it should be here close. And you sort of come to a dead end and it's just that dirt. And she sort of like reaches her hand up to it and lowers her head. She's like, I sense this on the other side, but it's through all of this.
Old
And
Earth.
starts like, you just start scooping the earth to the side and sort of shove it away. It's fairly loose packed. It's very easy to move with the spell.
I think, yeah, that's super easy.
In like 20 seconds at most, you reveal this stone, like almost like a wall, that is just absolutely covered. Every inch of it is covered with these black glyphs and various different symbols and circles, all connected.
Can I do an Arcana check on that?
Go for it.
I rolled pretty low, 25.
You are fairly certain that this is a gate, a planar doorway to a different plane.
As in the spell?
Not quite like the spell, more like a physical manifestation of it. Basically, once activated, it will be a two-way doorway, or a one-way doorway rather, because also your check was high enough. That will lead you to a place. Based on the way those circles are arranged, you're thinking somewhere on the prime material.
This looks like our way out.
She
How
says
Does it work?
it's activated by fresh blood.
Did anyone get injured recently?
I take one of the little worms out of
Oh.
my jar that I was keeping with dirt, and I squish it so there's blood, and I smear it on it.
The symbols underneath the blood, and then the whole thing lights up in this glowing sort of blue light that traces along each of those carved symbols. And they flare for a second, and then where there had been those symbols is just a glowing energy portal, basically. You can't see what's on the other side, but
Alright, I guess go through.
she's sort of after you, folk.
Passion will walk
Onyx
through.
goes first.
Oh,
Passion and Onyx just walk by side. I pictured it.
We can do the Three Stooges thing. We both try to go through at the same time.
Get stuck in the thing, and suddenly none of us.
The
can
path
get
here
in.
is
You do know that Onyx wins that contest, right?
The pathway
know,
is only
Passion
wide
can
enough
jump.
for two of you.
Passion can definitely outlimber Onyx. Onyx
Say
can
they get
outmuscle
stuck
Passion.
in a
Passion can
20-foot wide
outflip
door.
Onyx.
The two of you, I will say, go first. Then Cyberus, yeah.
Yeah.
Gurk, you feel a small tug on the side of your shirt as
Sure.
Chewy is just aren't you wearing a
What shirt?
I thought you put one on. When you described yourself to Ken, you said you were wearing a shirt now.
Oh, okay.
That's
I like to think it's like
Okay,
I like to think it's a
Weren't you-
white collared shirt, but it's completely
Weren't you-
unbuttoned and
weren't-
untucked.
weren't
Like
you
just-
wearing Lyra's band shirt?
No, Ken was.
Oh, Ken was wearing that shirt.
Yeah.
And Callie freaked the fuck out.
Yeah. Chewy holds her hand out for yours.
I offer my hand,
She takes it.
and I walk through.
She walks through with you. Chucky looks to you, Tomo. I guess we're next. Are you coming, Miss Black? And she's like, I'll follow last.
I thought for a moment that Chucky would also like hold out its like part of the
The part of the
He
paper
will.
bent
He
over.
would. The little paperclip bends outward towards Tomo.
Tomo just goes, okay, and takes it and walks through.
I love how Tomo's just like, fine.
And Demona and Yersinia last. You're muted. Saege.
I haven't said anything.
Oh, okay.
Telling me we're walking through the door, then we're
Oh, okay. No, it was just waiting to see if you described it in a special way.
Okay.
just strides through.
You
walk on your hands.
you stride through, and all of you are a little surprised as you basically stumble out onto a crowded street. And you turn to look behind you, and you do not see the portal. You see the like entrance to like a Chinese buffet restaurant.
I turn back
And
around.
then get crowded as the rest of you appear out of seemingly nowhere.
Cyberus walks into the Chinese restaurant.
Yeah. We're at a buffet. It's noon.
Yeah.
We need to relax.
Onyx
Pat-
looks
Yeah.
Onyx looks around and if she like recognizes any buildings, the skyline,
I was going to say
something
the
like
same
that.
thing for Passion.
Oh, that's a
Demona
good
would
point.
grab her phone and pull up the GPS to figure out where the hell they are.
One of us doesn't have a phone, so.
Yeah, but he's not paying attention to the city. we're
No, I mean, I'm the one of us too.
in. Oh, well then that's one.
Passion's phone kind of got disintegrated a while ago.
Here,
Um,
you can have mine. I never used it anyway.
Should hit his
Who
phone
was
store.
looking at the skyline? Onyx, right? Onyx and
Yep.
Passion?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll perception checks.
Would it be investigation, not perception?
This is just based on like, I'll say one or either.
I
your
guess it doesn't.
choice.
For me, I realize it. For me, it doesn't matter. It's a 16 no matter what because I have a +1 in both.
Okay.
I think for me it's the same. So what? No, that's wrong. Yep. It's I rolled in 19.
Would you? Which of you prefers perception and which one investigation?
Passion definitely prefers investigation.
I prefer perception.
So Onyx, the first thing you notice looking up, you see this absolutely massive structure in the distance that at first you thought was some sort of like maybe dome stadium, but you realize that instead of being like metal, it actually looks like chitin, like a natural armor. And you realize that you were looking at the outside structure of some absolutely gargantuan beast in the distance, sort of all among the city, like the city is built around it. Passion, you can easily enough looking around see various different street signs and things indicating you're fairly certain that this might be Argos. Demona, you know, looking at your GPS, you are in the city of Argos, in the Northwest District. You are in the city that's actually just the city that's nearest to David's home.
So Demona is going to immediately message towards Ademska to start looking into setting up some of these gates for the guild for deployment and future mission.
Onyx will immediately, like as soon as she realizes where they are now, she will pull off her shirt, turn around to Chewie, and just like make basically something like a hood for her out of her shirt, so that it's not immediately visible that she has she's like heavily corrupted and has like that tooth face.
She's not I don't know. Was she corrupted?
She was corrupted.
I can't remember.
Everything in there is like beyond what corruption layers are.
No,
some aren't. I think.
Yeah, I believe Cyberus checked, and she had like 6 layers of corruption.
No, Cyberus can't find out exactly how many layers.
He knows the minimum layers.
Just knows it's 3 or more.
Okay. Yeah, she anyway, that's what Onyx does. She puts that over her head, so that like at least like you would have to actually like look down at her. It's like, and Onyx is like, we need to be careful. Just don't like look at anyone. Keep your head down, okay? I'm gonna protect you.
Small.
She like goes to hide behind you, but you're not the same height.
I mean, that's why I made the joke earlier of if Onyx gave her a piggyback, there wouldn't be much height change for her.
And
there
I
would
will
be.
say,
Joking, Hera.
all of you, do me a favor and roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh boy. 9.
Ooh.
21. I got blackjack, guys.
12. I rolled like
Cyberus?
shit.
19 for Cyberus.
Tomo? Roll a Constitution
save.
saving throw, please.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's not a D20. Where the fuck's my D20?
It ran away.
1.
Nice. That's an 8.
Demona?
Blackjack.
Hey, 21 too.
Nice.
I was
God,
taking
it's been so fucking long since I've played. So, Gurk and Tomo and Onyx, as you guys are sort of like standing on the street, all of you are sort of overcome with this coughing fit. And when you sort of pull your hand away to sort of like one of you, I imagine, starts coughing into their hand, you see blood on your hand. And all 3 of you hear in your head a voice that said, "Thanks, loves."
Great.
Ciao.
Oh god.
Fuck.
And we'll pick up there next time.
I cast heal and go like this.
Okay.
Me too. Yes.
I'm gonna have Tomo's suit run a full diagnostic on her. So
I mean, if Gurk uses heal, I think that applies to more than just one person. I can't remember.
Heals 1 target.
Oh, heals
Yeah.
one target.
Mass heal is what you're thinking.
That's right.
I have mass healing work.
And
That's
I'm-
not
Not
the
the
same.
same.
And I'm kidding, I don't have
No.
the spell slot for heal right now.
But you do have major restoration.
You know what makes everyone feel better? Chinese food in a buffet.
I mean, hey, what's better than not?
Cyberus, you don't even know what happened. You're already getting food.
There, I'm eating.
You have never had this amount of money to buy as much Chinese food.
You know
as
what?
you
Isaiah.
want.
You know what? I will cast Greater Restoration on myself.
I mean,
It's a buffet. If you want, you get all you want.
And then I will cast it on Onyx.
ooh.
Sorry,
that
Tomo.
hurts.
You should cast it on Tomo
I can just use my suit.
because
Ubasu.
Onyx, like I half assume like
Actually, here,
this
hold on.
is
Hold on.
half
You don't
meta, half like in-game knowledge. It probably like takes more Constitution saving throws, and I have one of the best Constitution saving throws.
I'm gonna say this. I could cure the other 2 with minor restoration because it cures 1 disease.
Lesser?
Yeah, lesser.
This isn't just a disease, though.
A disease is a disease, whether it be the Black Plague or the cold. According to the 5e rules.
A sentient being.
Yeah, but this might not be a disease, is what I'm saying.
It's nanomachines, son.
Hey, that's
All right.
my shtick. I'd like you to stay away from that. For
Though,
I'll
Greater
say-
Restoration, the reason I use Greater Restoration is because things like slod tadpoles, when their eggs are incubated in you, that gets rid of those. Gets rid of the, anything that infests you, like a foreign entity.
Yeah.
I'll say that you guys can cast those spells if you like before we finish.
I mean, if Passion sees Onyx coughing blood and Tomo coughing blood, she's immediately gonna go into
Yeah.
like minor restoration. Here you go.
I honestly want Tom. Ember don't matter.
I'll say that you can determine that they are not diseased any longer, but you also get the sense that the disease was already gone by the time you cast it.
I only cast it once, so
Really?
Also, that
So I cast it myself first, so I noticed that when I cast it the first time?
Yeah.
Where's our friend at? When we went through the
now
gate?
story.
she stayed behind. Ken didn't follow.
Yeah.
When you coughed, it was already airborne.
Mm-hmm. We just unleashed a pandemic.
If you're sick, don't go in the restaurant.
Come on, guys, you're supposed to wear face masks.
Jesus
You know where my
Christ, did we
priorities
just make
are.
a 360?
All right.
Also, for what it's worth, she is not a regular disease. She is a creature, so she doesn't necessarily follow the same rules.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Chinese food, and we'll pick up next time with the reactions of you guys having a meal with your strange new friends,
Daughter.
the paperclip and
And Onyx's
Healthy.
new daughter.
Since
Wow,
we-
English
Daughter.
just left me there.
we'll keep this in mind then, since Hera's fine with this, I guess I would have cast that on Tomo. So Onyx is the only one we're not sure.
I mean, Onyx, a Passion would have used. I mean, if Gurk, you would have got. Kat said you would have gotten the, like, there's no disease there, right, on you. So would you have casted it again, if you knew that there was no disease on Gurk, right? That's the thing, right? Kat said was there's no disease.
Yeah, I would still cast it again on Tomo, because just because it's not on me anymore doesn't mean it's not on Tomo.
I can
and
already
Onyx.
tell that asshole David is gonna pin this on us. I'm
um,
like, bitch, you locked us down in there.
I
We don't
also, I
have to tell
also
them that.
forgot one thing. You guys do notice, I'll say, Gurk, you notice, because of your blind sense, you feel something like moving off to, there's like this, garbage bin right beside the door where you guys sort of stumbled out of, and tucked behind it, you notice a lot of movement, and at first you're like, it's rats, whatever. And then you hear like a very small, high-pitched sound. And you sort of peek behind and you see a little basket filled with puppies. And there is where we'll pick up next time.
Hold monster. No, I'm kidding.
Basket of puppies outside a Chinese food place.
And
assuming that's from David.
beside that is also a crate or a 12-pack of beer.
Yeah.
You guys would remember that those were the things that David promised you for delivering the Undying Slasher.
Yeah.
The permission to adopt one of his dogs and a crate of beer.
I bet he's so happy that he doesn't have to come and see us again, because we're gonna kick the shit out of him next time we see him.
And yeah, so after that, let's see.
Did any of us get his
Oh.
number? I'm sorry, I'm dragging out the ending here. Did any of us have his number?
Fine.
I mean, I assume we would if we were contacting him,
Oh, then I would have texted
or at
him.
least we have.
We
Hey,
have his address.
Those things were pretty neat. do you need an assistant? Question mark. And that's where
I'll
I
say that
ended.
you can contact him through like the
internet.
It would have been through the guild website,
I'll-
but Demona
we'll-
would really be the only one that has that.
Yeah,
But
I'll go
we'll
through
pick up
Demona
there next
later.
time.
Yeah.
So Alt, do you have anything going on? Or any plugs to make?
I'll just do that. Follow Colloquy. She makes amazing art. I figure that's the one I'll always plug, so I might as well.
What about you, Hera? What do you got going on?
Got nothing wrong. I'm all good.
Vex?
Tomorrow night at 9:00 p.m. EST, I'll be playing I'll be running Ghost of Salt Marsh with Hera. On Fractured Moon D&D. It's also just down in Scotty's my friends list, first one on the list. And yeah, check it out. They just finished the first half of the first thing because we've been running. It's been a busy few time. I don't know how long it's been since we played, but it was a bunch of shit that happened. So hopefully we'll be playing tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
That's it.
Luke, you got anything?
This time I do. An comic I like recently released a book called Hell Was Full. I just like to plug that because I am wearing a shirt that the book is based off. It's a comic.
Nice.
It's the weird comics. He's also the guy who he's a DM for Rude Tales of Magic, which is a very funny podcast that I've mentioned a few times. So if you like weird comics and that other thing I said, go for there.
My next game is also Ghost of Salt Marsh, but I'll let Scotty talk about that. That's super cool. It's got me and Saege and Jeanette and Blake, though Blake won't be there, and Jesse, though I don't know if Jesse's going to be there. We'll see. My next big thing, though, that I have is I released a supplement on DM's Guild. I know not everybody is happiest with them right now, but I am very happy and proud of the thing that we made. It is a magic item compendium for all manner of staves and wands and rods for everyone in the party, not just limited to spellcasters. They're super cool. It's called Crooks and Wands.
It's also gay.
It's also gay. It's also a little bit gay. Yeah,
just a little bit.
The proprietors of the shop are a very lovely lesbian couple.
It's one wand size gay.
Yeah, go check it out. Me and the lovely Maddie or at Time Patches made it, so it's awesome. What about you, Scotty?
Well, you can check out the schedule for streaming on our games down below. Also, all of the games that are hosted on this channel, their playlists on YouTube for the previous episodes are down below. Our next game will be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where the Chaos Crew will finally be back, and there's going to be a wedding, question mark? I'm not sure how this wedding's going to get crashed, but I'm pretty sure it's going to get crashed.
Something's going to get ruined, let's be honest.
No D&D wedding can go without flaws. It's just not possible.
I mean, there's already been one big flaw of them all getting locked up, but...
And for those watching, since we got a decent amount of viewers, and a lot of you have watched quite a few of these, I've added a new thing on my channel. If you've noticed in chat, there's a little purple circle in the bottom left corner of the chat. And those are Quackatrons. The longer you watch, the more of those you get. The more you interact, the more of those you get. And as Vex has used a few times here, there's a lot of different options you can have for it.
Nice.
And you can use them to help out or not help out. Like, for example,
I did the one time.
I just used the advantage one on me, but it doesn't count. Just using it as an example. So yeah, I highly encourage people using them. Not all of them are meta mechanical stuff. I just think it would be a nice, fun way you've been able to interact with the shows. So that will be my plugs for today.
It's really funny to it's really funny to see Scotty's reaction whenever you use one. It's really great.
You mean use the one that makes him talk in a funny accent?
Or dab.
Or dab.
The other one, the dab one is also really fun.
Oh, they are limited. They are limited, so you can't make me dab 50 times. So.
The other thing that I forgot, go check out Sirenscape. They're super cool. It's $22 a month for everything board game, sci-fi, fantasy. They're awesome. Go check them out.
All right.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.